Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Big Rig, or in my case, the Big Rig 2. So the number after the name is a tier system. The higher the number, the better the base stats of the ship. So for instance, this tier 2 vessel has a reactor with 27 power. A tier 1 reactor will be lower, potentially like 24, 23. Aesthetically though, the ships should be the same. But anyway, yeah, let's look at it, shall we? So this is obviously it's called the Big Rig. This is a Hope Tech vessel, and it is it's a cargo vessel. Very interesting designed cargo vessel, I may add. It's quite well armored and armed for a cargo vessel. I suppose Hope Tech make them durable. Anyway, let's look at the stats. So we got fuel at 320, which is quite good. Anything I've said in previous videos, anything over 200 is like quite good. You can basically jump to wherever you want to go, without needing to like stop and refuel. It's got a hull of 1001, which for a B class is quite good. 1000 hull is really nice to have. If your shields drop, you've got a little bit of extra health there. Try and sustain you, so you can either wait for your shields to come back up or get the hell out of dodge. It's got a cargo capacity of 1640, which isn't an awful lot when it comes to cargo vessels, but in terms of like how they've done the cargo is just quite cool. Like most of the cargo comes from those you see those little kind of containers there on the front, which is really cool. And then we have B class reactor, like I was saying, 27 power, which isn't bad for a B class, but it's not good. It's kind of average. I think the highest B class reactor is like 39, I think. So you could obviously upgrade the reactor to a better power. It's got a crew of 5, which is quite nice. It's nice to have a high crew count on these sort of ships. You'd kind of hope that with a B class ship it would have. Because I find with A-class ships, you know, like you kind of will buy them or find them when you're starting off. You don't really have much crew, but once you kind of get up to the price point of buying B-class ships, you have that crew backing you up, so it's nice to be able to accommodate them. So it's got a jump range of 21 light years, which is quite low. That's about average. The lowest jump rate I've seen on his ships is around 16, and then obviously the highest you can get is 30, so like it's quite low. You'll be able to jump to most through the settle system with that jump range, but if you want to jump further, I would recommend upgrading the jump drive. It's got a shield of 830, which for B class again isn't bad. I believe the highest B class shields you can get is 1200, so only like 370 off max, which is pretty nice. And then it's got laser weapons and ballistic weapons. They're both turreted. I believe we've got some turreted railguns and there's some singed lasers. So this cost me, as you can see, 207,340. Now the price will vary depending on your perks and also the tier. If you're lower level, you come and find the ship, it'll be a tier 1, it'll be a little bit cheaper. But yeah, let's purchase it. So I bought this ship here off this woman, Inaya Remen. She is in the Hope Tech building on Hope Town. So I'll just show you here. So we are on the planet Polvo. There's Hope Town in the Valo system. Valo is like hidden behind Narian. There it is there. There's Al Centauri. There's Sol. So I think it's only sold here, but her inventory doesn't refresh as often as others. So if you come here and it's not here, you'll have to go somewhere like Venus, or Mercury, not Venus, land on the planet and then hop on one of your other seats that isn't like the pilot seat and then wait 24 hours, as 24 hours on Mercury is like 2,000 plus hours in game, which will reset every single inventory. And then yeah, you just come back here and you just hope it's there, and if it's not, you just have to repeat. Shouldn't take too long though, because these vendors don't have very many they don't like have a lot of ships to kind of cycle through. But anyway, we're gonna really quickly go to the usual spot to check it out. Alright, so here we are here in the usual spot. So as you can see, it's a really cool ship design. The whole like front section, it's like based around those cargo containers, which is really cool. It makes it seem like that whole section kind of just comes off, so you can like quickly attach and reattach, or detach and reattach different like cargo. So it's basically like a freighter, I suppose, which is really really cool. So yeah, let's not break my leg as I fall. Let's head inside. So we've got that really long Hope Tech entryway, not entryway, docking port. Really, really cool. So we're gonna enter. Oh, look, the crew is leaving because I kicked them out just for the stats. So yeah, let's enter. We have this Hope Tech entry, which is really, really nice, really big. I feel like this is the biggest entryway. Got a lot of room for storage. Let's climb in to the big rig. So it'll be interesting to see how the ship is laid out. Oh, okay. So immediately we have a 1x1 companionway, and then if we walk all the way, this is really cool, like really cool. So there's the docking port there. This is so cool. That's actually insane. So that like, this kind of reminds me of in like, you know, like in Halo when they're like boarding through like the little kind of the boarding pods. You have like that long area. It's really cool. Like it, like I said, like it's quite good defensively. If someone was trying to raid your ship, you could be like, haha. Nope. But anyway. So if we take this door to the left, we have a all-in-one berth from Hope Tech. The all-in-one berths from Hope Tech are quite funny because they're very just kind of hand-me-down, which doesn't make sense, you know.
Hello, New Atlantis.
We've got the chair here that doesn't really look like a chair. And we've got little bunk beds. Got a little window here looking out the port side. And then we'll go over here real quick and check this side before we do anything else. And then we have another 1x1. Oh no, this is no 1x1. We have a workshop area, really nice. Love seeing workshops on ships. It's really, really nice to have. We've got your industrial workbench, your weapon workbench, your spacesuit workbench. And do we not have a research station here? It's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. And if we back here, we have a crew area, control room, which is really nice. This is where like your extra crew slots are coming from. Weird that it's in the back of the ship, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna really quickly check over here first to make sure I didn't miss. No, there's no door there. Okay, perfect. So if we come back this way, and we take this door here, this is a, oh yeah, this looks like a 2x2 cargo hold. Thing is, I've said in previous videos, like, aesthetically this is really cool. It like fits with the theme of the ship, you know, like it's a cargo vessel. But from a gameplay point of view, this does really nothing. Like, it doesn't add any cargo space, so you're better off, unless you're like role playing, if you want like more bang for your buck, you're better off replacing this with something more useful, in my opinion. Now, if these things actually added extra cargo capacity, they'd be so worth it.
Kila City could really use something like that.
Okay, Sam, whatever you said. But sadly they don't, which, you know, we're gonna really quickly go back and just check this way real quick. So if we drop down here, we have, okay, we have an engine room, which is really cool. I like when the engine rooms are on the bottom. Again, this is another one that's like not really function, like from a gameplay point of view, it doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there, but it looks cool. The Hope Tech one looks really cool because it's like a good mix of machinery and computers. See, like I was saying there about how I wish that the cargo room like kind of added cargo. It'd be cool if the engine room like increased your repair rate on your ships. Just give like, come on Bethesda, just be nice if each room kind of had like a passive bonus. Anyway, we come back this one, we drop down here. And we have just a 1x1 storage. Okay, back up. And then if we come around, actually I have to say, I know, but I know where we look at this, but this is probably one of my favorite like entryways, because you have the entryway here, and then you have the other one technically in the same room. It's just all the way down there. I kind of wish more ships you make use of that like tube piece. It's really, really cool. Anyway. So we come back this way, and we are climbing up this ladder. Where does this ladder go? This is gonna go up we go.
Have any new
Up we
books
go,
for
and
me?
we have a 1x1 storage room Hope Tech again, and then behind that we have another 1x1 storage room Hope Tech again, and then finally we have a third 1x1 storage room from Hope Tech. If we drop down here, we have another 1x1. Now, the thing with these is you're probably thinking, why is there 3 1x1s? Why not a 3x1 or a 2x1? And the reason is, we'll see when we get into the teardown. These pieces, they're not your standard modules. They're like more triangular shape, and they match the cockpit, which I quite like. I kind of wish there was some 2x1 versions of it, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, in the bridge here we have a nice view, really cool. Hope Tech ships remind me more of drop ships than anything else. Like, this looks like a Pelican. So you've got the pilot seat there, and then you've got your co-pilot seat to the left, and you've got your navigator to your right. So yeah, let's close this. Let's take her up. I'm not expecting much in the line of maneuverability or speed, because these are not meant to be. They're like haulers. They're probably meant to go slow. It looks really cool though, like really cool. This is like a perfect ship where you could modify it to make it like a combat vessel. Like if you've ever watched The Expanse, there's like a faction in The Expanse called the Belt, and they're basically like kind of like, not really pirates, but they're kind of like they're like a kind of a third party kind of faction of miners and all sorts of kind of miscreants, but they use a lot of like they like kind of retrofit freighters and like cargo vessels to make them combat effective, and this looks like a really cool ship that you could do that with. Oh, it looks really cool. Alright, so anyway, when it comes to the weapons, or the power pips, I have a perk that increases my power by 5. For the sake of this video, we're not going to be using 5 power. Weapon-wise, we have lasers and ballistics, but they are both turreted, so we cannot fire them. So we'll do a quick speed test. And we have a base speed of 140, which is pretty decent. We have a boost speed of... looks like it's going to cap out around 520. Yeah, 520, which again, it's not bad. I mean, it is a cargo vessel, so we're going to do a quick pitch test. Okay, this is surprising. Its pitch is quite fast. I'd say that's like a 7. It's not. I was expecting it to be quite slow. Like, it would make sense it being slow, but it's not slow. The yaw again, that's still quite fast. That's like a 7. And then the roll's quite slow, but it is what it is. All in all, it's a very cool ship design. So we're going to really quickly go down to the planet and do a teardown so you can see how it's built. Alright, so here we have the teardown of the ship in 3 parts. So on the top here, this is what I was talking about how these kind of companionway fuselages, they're like different than your usual ones. They look quite cool. So we have the Armstrong 10 cockpit from Hope Tech, 200 cargo to crew capacity. Behind that we have the Hope Tech companionway fuselage B, and then we have the fuselage C, and then the fuselage D. And then obviously behind it we have the Hope Tech radiators, just an aesthetic piece. Weaponry, we have a pair of these Scorch P 60 megawatt pulse laser turrets from Lightsight, B class, 1800 range, 5 fire rate, 18 damage to shields, and 4 power. And then behind them we have some Shishaku FERF rapid railgun turrets from Shinigami, B class, 1500 range, 18 hull damage, and 3 max power. Then obviously we have this Osiris 2030B shield generator from Protectorate System. It's a B class, 8 power, and it's 830 shields. Now I know for a fact that there is a higher tier of that shield generator. Let me see if I can find it. That's not it. That's... Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Okay, here we go. These are the same, aren't they? Okay, so there's a 2040 that basically jumps it up from 830 to 995. So like an increase of 165. Yeah, 165. And it requires, obviously it requires tier 4 as opposed to tier 3, but it costs just an extra 4k. Now, there is, obviously, if you complete the Vanguard quest line, you've got this bad boy here. This is 1450. It's a B class. This is the second most powerful shield in the game. And then I believe there's like another one that goes up. This one here is another one. This is 1125. This is from Sexton. Slightly different design, but you know, if you want to go that route. Anyway. And then for the aesthetic pieces, we have some of these Hope Tech Cap A. We have a Port 4 and a Starboard 4. And then we have the Cap A Port Mid, Starboard Mid. And then we have the Hope Tech Cap A Starboard Aft and Port Aft. And then in the middle of the ship, starting here, we have the Hope Tech 11 Docker 4. We have 4 of these Hope Tech spines that are really, really cool. And then we have the Hope Tech Companionway 1x1. To the left of it, we have a Workshop 2x1. To the right, we have the Living Quarters 2x1. We have the 2x2 cargo hall. We have the Control Station 2x1. And then we have this little Companionway 1x1. Now, there's the docker there for the storage connected to the spine. We have 4 of these. Stormax cargo holds from Dogstar. They vary, so this one is 320, 210, 245, 210, 245, 210. So if you were to use all of these ones, this one here, you could definitely increase the cargo capacity by a quite good amount, but you know, I think it looks nice with the different colors. It makes it seem like it's hauling different sort of cargo. And then we've got 4 of these Hope 55 landing gear from Hope Tech. Really big landing thrusters. I really like how these look. And then at the back here, we have 2 of these Dun 61 engines from Amandon, B-Class, 3 power, 24,300 engine thrust, 49... Excuse me. Got a hiccup there. 4950 maneuvering thrust, which is quite good. It gives us a mobility of 68, and then you've got your top speed there. And then we have the DC-303 fast ignition reactor from Deepcore. So this is a B-class reactor with 27 power. Now, if we go into the reactors, I know for a fact there is better ones. So we have this one here. This is always my go-to. This is 39 power. This is one off of max power. And this is quite expensive in terms of like upgrading stuff. So it'd require you to have piloting rank 3 and Starship Design rank 4, which Starship Design is not hard to rank up. You just kind of have to just build a load of generic stuff. And then this costs 46k, whereas this one is 27k. Let me check if there is... I believe there's a higher DC. Is there a 303? Okay, so we have a 303 here, which is 1 tier above this, that fits the aesthetic. And that is 35 power as opposed to 27, so an extra 8 power. Price range is 27 for the base one. It's 40 for the other one. So this is another one where you have to have piloting 3 and design 4. And at that point, it's like, if you already have that, why not just settle for that one? But yeah. Then we have this little Hope Tech nose B aft thing just kind of here for aesthetic purposes. And then obviously we have this little Hope Tech marker for aesthetic purposes. Now onto the bottom, you'll notice immediately it looks like something's missing, but I assure you it is not. So for some reason, beknownst to me, they didn't put anything extra here. Now at the end of the video, I'm going to just confirm that, just to show you, but it's just weird. You could fit another 2 2x1s here, but I don't know why they didn't. But anyway, so we have the Hope Tech 4 landing bay here. To the right, we have the 1x1 companionway. And then we have the Hope Tech engineering bay here. And then at the back, we just have a Shroud mid-bracer. We've got a pair of these Titan 550 helium-3 tanks. They both give 160. We have the Nova Galactic Grav Drive, 25 jump thrust, B-class 10 power, and it gives, in the current configuration, gives 21. Now, one thing I will say to Nova Galactic, I love their ships, but their grav drives are very poor. Like, you can kind of tell they're old. Like, you can swap out for, like, a better... Wait, is that an A class? Oh, it's a B class, okay. So we can get, like, let's see here. We have a B class here. This one is a 30 jump drive. So this is Reladime. It's 13k as opposed to 9k. It requires less Starship Design. Same power, so if we were to get rid of this, we instantly get 26. As opposed to 21. And then obviously you can go more. There's one there. This one here. It's it's 36, where if we were to equip that, it would give us 30 light years. So this one here, it's an extra 21k. Requires the same design, starship design, but it would help you bump it up there. And then we have this landing gear here, the Hope Tech 5 landing gear from Hope Tech. And then we've got 2 of these nose pieces here, which is quite, you know. I'm going to put the ship back together. Cancel all modifications. So as you can see, we're missing a lot underneath here, which is very interesting. I don't know why they went with that, why it's like missing. Unless, the only thing I could really think of is if they were going to add extra cargo, potentially. Like, let me see here. If I could just, it's going to look a bit finicky, but if we go to the cargo. So some of these higher end cargo, we'll go with like these. You could like slap a couple of these there. And that like looks a bit better. Now obviously we cut our mobility down massively. But you basically, your storage increases by a lot. So yeah, it's just it's weird how like that gap is there. But all in all, very cool ship. You could easily retrofit this, like make it into kind of a warship very easily. Like you've already got, like you've got these places here, the equipment plates. I like to call them hard points because they look like hard points from Elite Dangerous. And they're basically designed to get extra weapons. So like we could move these weapons up to here if we wanted to. Yeah, it's a really cool ship. I'd love to see, if any of you guys are flying this ship or you've modified it, let me know, because I'd love to like hear about it, because it's a very cool ship design, very unique, and yeah, it could be very cool when it's modified. But anyway, that was the review. Let me know what you guys think, and like I said, if you have flown this ship or if you like kind of modify it, let me know what you think about it. Like, do you like it? I think it looks really cool. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and don't forget to check out the reviews of the other ships. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys.